6. Coronation Street spoilers next week. Flashback special reveals shock Kit Green and Mick Michaelis secret this week on Coronation Street. A long-buried secret explodes into the open. And it's one that could change everything we thought we knew about Kit Green and Mick Michaelis. Yep, it's flashback time. And trust me, this one hits hard. From a sinister confrontation with Liam that turns dangerous, to Gary Windass unleashing his fury, all roads lead to one jaw-dropping reveal. And just when you think you've seen it all, Eileen gets accused of something unthinkable. Could she be hiding the truth about Julie Carp's death? Meanwhile, Debbie Webster drops a heartbreaking bombshell. Roy finds himself tangled deeper in Lauren's chaos, and Glenda takes over the Rovers. But not everyone's raising a glass in celebration. So, if you're ready for all the twists, turns and tears coming to the cobbles from 12th to 16th May, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of the drama. And hey, drop a comment below with your wildest theory about Kit and Mick. Trust me, you'll want to talk about this one. 1. Gary Windass turns violent as Mick Michaelis leaves Liam Connor terrified. Mick spits out his tea. Turns out Liam slipped washing powder in it. Liam's cracking up, well chuffed he's got his own back after Mick covered him in cement the other day. But Mick's not one to let things slide. He ends up locking Liam in the tool shed and the poor lad's stuck in there, shouting for help. But no one comes. Next day, Mick sends Liam out to grab some bacon butties, but he doesn't show up. Gary and Maria find him hiding in the cafe, and that's when Liam finally tells them what happened. Mick locked him in the shed. Maria's fuming, and Gary heads straight back to the yard. He finds Mick nosing around in the shed, so Gary turns the tables, locks him in instead, and sacks him on the spot. But Mick's not finished. He later corners Gary outside and throws a punch, knocking him to the ground. Gary grabs an empty bottle and gets up, ready to fight. But just before things kick off, Kit steps in and tells Gary to leave it. So now the big question is, will Gary listen? Meanwhile, Kit's thrown when he spots Lou Michaelis in the pub. Lou has a quiet word with Tracy Barlow and drops a bit of a bombshell. Her and Kit go way back. Kit also pulls Sarah Platt aside to say sorry for being a bit distant lately and asks her out for dinner. But that romantic evening might have to wait. Because the truth about Kit and Mick's shady little partnership is about to come out, and it could turn everything upside down. 2. Flashback episode reveals a secret about Kit Green, and Mick Michaelis Bernie Winter turns up at her son Kit's flat, hoping he'll finally open up about what's really going on with him. And this week, Corrie's giving us something a bit different, a special flashback episode that dives into Kit's childhood. We're talking right back to where it all began. We'll see a young Kit getting himself into trouble, already brushing up against the law. And as the story unfolds, we start to get a proper look at what shaped him into the man he is now. The episode jumps between the teenage years of Kit, Mick, and Lou, uncovering the deep, messy secrets that tie the three of them together, and how those secrets are still messing with their lives today. Back in the present, things heat up when Maria and Lou have a blazing row over that fight between Gary and Mick. Each one standing by their bloke, and neither of them's backing down. Gary and Maria reckon Kit's playing dirty, covering for Mick. But Kit's having none of it. He turns it round and paints Gary as the bad guy, reminding him he was holding a bottle during the scrap. Later on, Bernie lets herself into Kit's flat and confronts him. She brings up that photo she found in the bin and demands to know why he's sticking up for Mick. She knows there's more to it. Meanwhile, Mick and Lou take their son Brody out for a meal to celebrate him getting out of the STC. But they've got no idea that Kit's starting to wonder, could he be Brody's real dad? Big question. Is Kit Brody's biological father? And what else is about to come out from the past that could flip everything on its head? At a recent press event, actor Jacob Roberts described Kit as a lone wolf. He said Kit struggles to open up, finds it hard to make mates, especially around here, where no one's sure what to make of him. He's not exactly the easiest person to warm to. But maybe, just maybe, these flashbacks will help us finally understand why that is. 3. Eileen Grimshaw faces shock murder accusation over Julie Carp. Kit drops a bombshell that completely rattles Eileen. Turns out the autopsy found her painkillers in Julie's system. You can imagine the shock. Eileen's still trying to get her head around losing Julie. And now this? It's like the ground's been pulled from under her. She's heartbroken, confused, and terrified all at once, because instead of grieving her sister properly, she's now caught up in this horrible mess that makes her look like she's done something awful. She opens up to George, and you can see the weight she's carrying. The fear of being blamed for something so serious is eating away at her. But it also makes you wonder, could Julie have taken those pills on her own, maybe to manage the pain without telling anyone? If that's the case, Eileen's not just grieving. She's been left with a gut-wrenching question mark over her sister's final days. It's the kind of thing that keeps you up at night, and for Eileen, it's only getting harder to breathe under the pressure. 4. Debbie Webster makes an admission as Ronnie Bailey steps in to help her. Debbie's holding it together on the outside, but deep down, she's completely overwhelmed. Being at the wedding fair, surrounded by noise, stress, and people nagging her left, right, and centre, it's all just getting too much. She's trying to stay strong, to carry on like everything's normal, but with that recent diagnosis hanging over her, it's not easy. Vascular dementia isn't something you can just brush off, and the weight of it is clearly starting to show, even if she won't admit it yet. With Leanne constantly moaning about the speed dial stall, and Lou vanishing when she's meant to be helping at the salon stand, Debbie's left picking up the slack. It's all building up and pushing her patience to its limits. Losing her clipboard might seem like a small thing to anyone else, but in that moment, it's the last straw. You can see her frustration boiling over, and even when she hurts herself trying to sort things out, she still won't let anyone in, not even Ronnie. He thinks he's just being helpful, taking her to A&E. But Debbie's hiding a much deeper pain. Back at the bistro the next day, things seem calmer on the surface, but that's never really the full picture, is it? Debbie's out for lunch with Abby, keeping things low-key, just soft drinks and a bit of chat. But the minute she clocks Ronnie walking in, it all changes. Suddenly, it's a large vodka she's reaching for, like she needs to dull something, quickly. That spiral kicks in fast. She ends up drunk, stumbling about, and Abby's forced to call Carl in to help. It's one of those moments where you can tell something's about to give. And that's when Debbie finally cracks. She lets Abby know there's more going on, some bad news she's been keeping to herself. It's a quiet confession, but one that hints there's a lot more pain behind her behaviour than anyone's realised. The question now is whether she'll come clean to everyone else. Will she tell Ronnie the real reason she pushed him away? Because once the truth's out, it'll change everything. There's only so long Debbie can pretend she's fine, and the cracks are starting to show. 5. Roy Cropper is caught in the crossfire of Lauren Bolton's row with Betsy Swain. Lauren admits to Bobby Crawford that she had to spend the £100 he gave her. It went on a flat deposit and she didn't see another way. But Bobby's fuming. He tells her their friendship's done and dusted, and walks off, leaving Lauren gutted and feeling proper alone. Later in the week, Betsy Swain has a go at Lauren in the cafe, not holding back about how she treated Bobby. Things get heated quick, voices are raised, and in the middle of it all, Lauren ends up squirting ketchup all over poor Roy, completely by accident. Now, with Bobby out of the picture and her temper getting her in more bother, Lauren's left questioning how she's handling everything. Maybe it's time she takes a step back and really thinks about the way she's been going about things. Could this be the push she needs to make things right? 6. All change at the Rovers as Glenda Shuttleworth gets a promotion. Jenny's had enough and decides to pack up her things, moving in with Rita Tanner after leaving the Rovers behind. With Jenny gone, Ryan's now working for Debbie, and Carla sees a chance to make a change. She promotes Glenda to manager, giving her a bit more responsibility. But things aren't all smooth sailing. Glenda's quick to tell Carla she's struggling with being short-staffed at the pub, which leaves Carla wondering if it's time to bring in a new barmaid. Could this be the start of a whole new chapter for the Rovers? As for Jenny, is this truly the end of her connection to the pub she's loved for so long, or is there a chance she could find her way back? And that's a wrap on your weekly dose of Coronation Street spoilers. From shocking secrets to jaw-dropping confrontations, the cobbles are never short of drama. Will Eileen clear her name? Can Debbie hold it all together? And what's next for Kit, Mick, and the Rovers? It's a roller coaster of emotions, and we're just getting started. If you enjoyed this sneak peek into next week's drama, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications. You don't want to miss a moment of the action. Drop a comment below with your thoughts, and let's get a conversation going, especially about Kit and Mick's secret. We want to hear what you think. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time with more Coronation Street updates.